of your UI very easily way in graphical way. And the case management, I feel like the main feature of is that like whatever you create a use case, that you can convert as a case management in very easy method, on the graphical method of showing the use case directly into the case management. And
Okay.
DCO is the main actually like where the business architects will play the major role. Actually, they take the requirements from the business stakeholders and they convert. Actually, they actually like the business architect analyst role is actually like the middle things. Actually, they take the requirements from the business stakeholders and they provide the same solutions, or how they can be like functionally how then the technical people can achieve that. So the same way, like in Pega also, the role of business architect is the same way. It will be like not change onto that, but only thing is that like business architect play a major role. Actually, like they can create the prototype of the case, they can create the prototype, the UI, they can create flows in Pega directly from their end as well.
Okay. So you're saying the BA can create, the BA can create rules.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? The BA could create some rule sets?
Yes. Not rule sets.
Even sections?
No. Not
okay.
Sections. Actually, UI part, actually like they just create the dummy mock type. Actually, like all the fields, they can move into that particular section, and then it's like it will be give you a normal view of that application. And after that, if you need any special effects or any styles, that can be done by SA.
Okay. I have a question. You don't need to answer it now, but I have a question somewhere along.
Yeah.
Which is you know the UI theme. I think Pega has these themes or theme sets, a style for the UI.
That's right. That is called as skin.
Skin. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yes.
I wanted to know if there is a skin that a BA would normally use that would look like a sketchy, like a hand-drawn type of forms, like if it was pencil drawn. I wanted to know if there was a skin available that I could install to my instance of Pega.
Yeah, and like there are some actually like in Pega that is called as stencils marker. So from that, I think you need to integrate that, and I think you need to buy some software separately to integrate that in Pega.
Okay.
So that
if you could find out a link that I could read up about sometime, you know, not today or anything, but I just wanted to know that because while I was at the bank, we were getting, sometimes people would say, well, you know, they were getting too bogged down with the look and feel, and not enough about the function that the screen was doing. And so I was thinking that, you know, it would be good if Pega had a sketchy stencil. Yeah.
Actually, you can see, like in previous version of Pega, actually like Microsoft Visuals are used to draw actually like the flows diagram. But yeah, and then after that, I don't know, that is like different things. Yeah, you're looking for the mockups, right? Actually for the UI mockups. So
yeah,
I'll check that out.
So it looks like a draft, you know, so it doesn't
right.
look like the final thing. Yeah, okay.
So you actually asked for actually like where is the line, right? Actually like the difference between BA and SA, right?
Yeah.
So that
I mean, I'm sure that it varies a little bit from project to project, or from, you know, from team to team. But what is the you know, what's normal? What is usual barrier? Yeah.
In case of Pega projects, actually like the role of business architect is completely different, and they will be involved like completely, because all the Pega projects works in agile way. So once you design in one phase, actually like the Pega projects, it's like it will be very short-lived. It will be like 1 month. Every 1 month, you complete one user's case, and then the next case will start.
Okay.
So most of the time, actually, the business architect is completely involved with the role. Actually, like they do the initial prototype of your flows, your case management, like what will be the different stages, process that will be defined with that,
Mm-hmm.
and they how the UI will be look like. Once actually you have created the mock of that, and then system architect will take that part, and actually they will redesign that one. Actually, if any dynamic needs to be added onto that, and events
Okay.
need to be added into that, all that need to be taken care by SA role. So in
Okay.
case of BA, they will like after that like your DCO, we they as actually we go for requirements and the specifications. So once actually
Okay.
that is designed, actually that after the DCO session, that's the main like the final output will come, and then
Okay.
UI mockup, how the different case state will be there. So all that will be final output from the DCO,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
that actually we will given it to the SA and SSA. First, actually in the DCO itself, actually we try to mock up like all the things to capture in Pega directly on that time itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So once the DCO session is finished, the prototype also will be ready for us.
Okay. Okay.
So there is actually like no distinction between actually like when BA work will be finished, when SA will start picking it up. So it's
All
actually
right.
like the combination of that. They need to be interact with each other actually most of the time.
Okay.
So in case of Pega projects works little bit different on actually from the other models. They need to
Mm-hmm.
keep interact with the SA and SSAs.
Okay.
Yeah. That answer your question, Leo?
Yeah. 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 It's yeah. I think so. And I will see. The more detail over in the course. Anyway, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Any more questions, Leo?
I had another question and I can't remember it now. Um,
Okay.
I don't remember it. Anyway. Um, oh, there was one other question. Sorry. I now remember. Right. Now, normally, you can hear me, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Normally, when I do, especially big projects, I
Mm-hmm.
will do a business model of the business. And
Yeah.
I might do a model of, let's say I do a model of the entire business on one diagram. And
Mm-hmm.
I might spend a few hours just doing that or less, yeah? Not very long, just a few hours. And
Mm-hmm.
then I would draw a kind of a border which represents what part of the whole business or the whole system I'm going to implement in software. And it also makes clear what part of the whole system will not be implemented in software. So what I'm wondering about Pega is, you have a framework rule set and implementation rule set. I am wondering, can I document in the DCO the entire system, but specify which part is going to be implemented in Pega, and keep the other parts only defined at a very high level, but will not be implemented, at least not yet. So I want to know if I can document the entire system and still only implement half, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and deliver that as a solution that is partly software automation and partly remains manual. Or does Pega just not able to cope with that? Is it I only put in Pega what I'm going to implement in Pega? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, look, actually like you are looking actually like we have a big model and we just want to implement part of it, and part of that will be implemented in some other time, or it can be done actually like some other way. So like the Pega DCO or Pega frameworks provide any support for the same. That's the questions, right?
Yeah, so that it understands, so that not so much that Pega understand, but maybe Pega and the CSA and so on will understand that this is the part that we want to put in Pega and make it work, but this other part exists in the business, but we're not going to implement it in Pega. And I want to put all of that in Pega. I don't want to be modeling the business in two different tools. Yeah.
Yeah, I got your question, Shiv. Yeah. If you can see, actually, in Pega, actually, yeah, the DCO is there, but Pega doesn't, actually, it's actually in that there is no such mechanism in Pega DCO is that like which part actually we are going to implement and which part we are not going to not implement. Actually, there is no difference onto that. Only that actually like we can actually cover the complete DCO application in Pega, and there is a mapping actually like which part we have implemented. We can map that specification or requirement to the respective rule sets. Actually, which rules is created for that specification, we can map that, and we can run and reports so that okay, this specification is completed, and then actually like we can see that okay, for this specification is nothing is done. So from that actually we need to identify okay, this rule is getting implemented, or this specification of that the big model is already completed, and the remaining things are is not mapped, or maybe actually like it was missed onto the requirement, or it was not implemented. So by that way, we can look for that. But in the DCO, there is no such provision which says that okay, this part is implemented.
And you wouldn't use the framework versus implementation rule set to do that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The framework is for a different purpose, it's for reuse, and that's the only reason it's there, right?
Yeah, see, framework and actually like the framework layer and implementation layer. Yeah. That is actually like the two different part of it. Actually, framework layer is the common things between different line of business. So there actually like they have multiple things, like you have multiple line of business, and or actually like some other different units you have, and that is there are some common of the things you can implement that into the framework layer, and then in the implementation layer you can reuse that, and if you have any specific to that particular line of business, you can give that rules or everything into that layer.
Okay.
So in that one,
so you're saying that from my question, I would implement all of it in the implementation layer, and then just map the parts that I want to implement fully onto the data and the other rule sets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think that's my main questions for now anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Luke.
Okay.
So look, actually, before starting, actually, I just provide you some. I think you have already taken some course, but I'll just give you some introductions about Pega. Actually, why, what is actually the features of Pega? What are the things in Pega? So, like just for 15-20 minutes, the session will be there. So you can have a an overview of about the Pega onto that.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. Actually, why actually companies are going forward for Pega? That's the first thing. Actually, see, there are why this Pega is actually taking a lot of market attention, right? So the question is actually when we are developing any product or any application, we look for a return of investment. Like if we are investing something on something product, we need to look for how much return we'll get from that, and how much time it will take to build that product, and actually how soon we can go to the market with that new product. So in case of Pega, Actually, if you know, actually like this is actually like is a tool. From there, everything is automated, and there is very less programming or logic need to be written. So everything is automated. You can actually like create a UI or web page in a very like very less time as compared to other applications. So due to that, everything is automated. It will take very less time, and the quality is good, and actually it's getting supported in multi devices. So you design it once, and then you can use it in cloud, you can use it in mobile, you can use it in any tablet or desktop, and also it's supported for cloud as well. So for, for that also you don't need any separate infrastructure. The same infrastructure can be used for cloud, mobile, and laptop. So that's actually one more feature I think the Pega. So that's actually all things actually, because you can make the product or applications in a quick time. So it will take your return of investment is very good, and the quality is better. There will be less error in the production. So all that actually like make the qualities to make the Pega actually like market choice for BPM and CRM segment.
Okay.
So if you see, like they are present in every segment, like banking, health, insurance, communication, credit cards, payment, healthcare, manufacturing, supply chain, government. So almost like most of the verticals which is present into the global, they are present into that industry. And all the Fortune 500 companies are using Pega for their BPM or CRM segment onto that.
Okay.
So the list actually if you see in the major players which are using by they are using Pega. All actually like we can see Citibank, Standard Chartered, American Express, PayPal. All actually the major players are using Pega onto that, and the list is actually like not complete. Actually, there are other players as well. On
How about Coca-Cola?
yeah, sorry.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Oh yeah, that's missing into this list. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a little history about Pega. So Pega started in 1983 as a company in US in Cambridge, and this was done by Alan Tuffler. So starting actually they started not as a Pega middleware Pega BPM product. Initially they are supporting biggest company like American Express for their middleware onto that. And during 90s, they come into the financial troubles. There are a lot of actually problems happening to the company. And on that time also they started actually like a team to form with some BPM experts to start something. Actually some tools need to be created. And finally in 2001 only, they released Pega as an official BPM product. And
This is the same time when all of the other 4GLs died because of the internet.
that's right.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and actually they went public in 1996 and they listed in NASDAQ as Pega as brand. Yeah, so there is like we can see how Pega evolves actually in different versions. So Pega 4X actually came around 2006. After that they have released some 5.2, 5.3, and that goes for around 4 years. Pega 6 started in 2010 and that goes for around 4 years. Pega 6 also has actually many market players actually moved to Pega 6 after 5 to 6, and Pega 7 changed the view of completely the market share, because Pega 6 is you can see like if you have worked or you know about before, Pega 6 is only can be used in internet browser, and Pega 6 is not device compatible. But with Pega 7, it was like it can be used in any devices, okay, and it was cross-browser. You can use Internet Explorer or Firefox or Mozilla or Chrome, any like other software browser can be used to start development or support as well. And the responsiveness, there are a lot of new case management was completely changed in Pega 7. dynamic case management. So that changed the view from 2000, end of 2013, it started onto that. And recently, like Pega 7 and 7.2 came into the market, and Feb 2016. End of starting of this year, Pega 7.2 came into the market. So actually, if you can see, actually, like Pega has actually growing, not actually onto the their own product. They have acquired many more companies. So there is actually Codient. There is one competitor. So they have acquired in 2010. After that, they acquired Antenna Software for mobile compatibility. They acquired the Profitable Corporation of a US-based company. MashLab is for analytics. They have acquired in 2014. And Firefly. So there is really one concept which is called as co-browsing. The same screen can be used by two persons at the same time. So that they have acquired Firefly. And recently, April 2016, they acquired a company called as OpenSpan, and they actually like providing the support for robotics and for automation. And I think recently, if you have actually access to the PDN, you can see they have actually given two tech talks onto there. Actually, for robotics, Pega Robotics, they started actually some of the videos, webinars on Pega Robotics now. So the low end of the BPO jobs, they want to convert into the automation.
Right. So wait, the robotic bit, they're going to use in the finished application, or they're using it to build the application, or both?
That actually, like, I'm not able to answer onto that because I'm also new to that. Actually, like they have recently acquired that. I'm trying to get some info about that, the webinar. So I thought I will look into that, but I did not get time to yet look into that.
Okay.
Once actually I get some information, I'll update you that.
All right.
So there is two webinars. Actually, like they are actually multiple series. They are going to plan to that. So the two webinars are there in for robotics now. So because they are actually trying to do actually like one is RDA and one is RPA. Actually, like they want to go for desktop robotics and one for process automation. So they are talking about two of the automation into that.
Right. Okay. Scary stuff.
So that's like you see, actually like there are other competitors as well. Actually, like they are major players. Actually, if you see Oracle BPM, TIBCO, Cordiash, Samian, A360, Appian, IBM Lombardi, okay, Oracle Fusion. So they are actually other competitors onto the BPM segment. And Salesforce, SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics are onto the CRM segment. So Pega placed as a top 5 into the CRM part. And in BPM, they are the leader onto the market.
Okay.
So actually, how Pega is actually the concept of achieving any business process work with these 6 R's. Okay, so this is actually like receive, route, report, respond, research, and resolve. So actually, like if you say any business scenarios onto that, actually, like if you say a hospital, actually, when we go to the hospital, we provide our details. Actually, like what are the medical symptoms? Is there any previous medical history about that? And after that, they will can route it to a normal dietitian or normal physician, or they will ask for some sample test, for blood test, or any other test need to be performed, and there will be ongoing reports will be there, so that actually how the reports and everything is going on, and based on the reports, doctor will see that he will respond, and if it is keep on that, and then actually finally the research and analysis will be done. Actually, how that can be, like which medicine need to be prescribed to you, and finally, like if you are after taking 2-3 days after the medicine, if you are feeling well, your actually finally case is resolved. So because actually like any business process, actually like if you can see, can be accommodated with these 6 R's of Pega.
Okay.
And this is actually one more example, actually, which is like taking care of any, if any candidate is looking for a job and he's applying for the job. So there actually we are looking for his personal info, professional info, as educational detail, his work, actually anything skills about that, and then he can go for the qualify round. And the qualify round, he will be going to screen onto the candidate, like does he fit for the job? Okay, what is actually like his experience meet the criteria or not? Does it enough certification or not? So all that will be done onto the screening round. And finally, if it is he qualify for interview, then it's like his interview is going to be scheduled, and someone will be going to conduct the interview for him. And either case, if it's selected, then we are going to do some background verification, whatever information he put into the resume is correct or not. And once if it is all are correct, we like provide the compensation, what the compensation we are going to offer him, and then finally the offer letter will be released to the candidate, and the candidate will be informed, and final date of joining will be notified onto that. So this is one more example where we do the case management can be used to acquiring interview process.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I'm hearing a TV in the background, I think.
sorry, Luke?
I'm hearing a TV in the background, I think.
Are you able to hear it right now?
Yeah. You don't hear it?
No, I think there is noise from this end.
All right.
Are you still able to hear anything?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a TV, maybe a radio, but I think it's a TV.
Oh, okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah. Hello?
Sorry, Luke. Is this fine now?
Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So that's actually I've talked about. Actually, like, this is the one example where we have gone for an interview as a case management.
Okay.
So
one
now,
question.
actually,
One question. Sorry.
sure,
Sometime in the course, I don't know. It doesn't matter when. Maybe it could be at the end or something. Could you do some kind of overview of what frameworks are available from Pega or from the rest of the market to buy, so that me as a BA can know, well, if a customer, let's say for example, customer asked me to do an onboarding solution, customer onboarding solution, I could know, well, I can purchase a framework from Pega and implement that rather than start from scratch. So I would like to know, where can I find out what's in the different frameworks, and maybe it's a very quick overview of generally what kinds of things are available. Yeah?
sure, look. Actually, I can provide you that information. I'll get that out.
All right, thanks. Because I don't want to be the guy that tries to reinvent everything in Pega when I could have just spent a little bit of money and saved 6 months, you know?
Look, actually, Pega, actually I heard about Pega Academy. Actually, there is actually there is an academy actually where they provide some initial courses, actually some of the documents, and they are actually for some of the frameworks, actually for insurance they have UI, Pega underwriting for insurance. They have PUC for claims. For finance, they have actually account opening. They have KYC, know your customer framework. They
So
have smart.
do I have to book a course for each one, or is there like a documentation?
For some of them, actually, there are some courses are there. So I think depend on that, the separate course need to be booked. Or I'm actually I had actually some of the courses actually already attended from them.
Yeah.
Actually, I was actually on the insurance domain, so I did that insurance domain framework course from them.
Okay.
So there are actually for financials they have smart dispute, KYC, FSIS. So there are some frameworks onto that part. For governments, like for governments also they have some frameworks, so that can be used for the automation of business governments units, how they work.
And I can just go there and read the documentation?
Actually try to get actually like all the frameworks which are available, and actually like I'll give you the links, and actually like if that can be helpful to you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, so that's actually talking about the so that's actually like already I think you have known about this actually what are the different rules categories are present into the Pega to support that how you handle the complete case. So they categorize the rules within that. So they have like process which is taking care of the workflows. User interface rules contain many different rules which take care of the all the UI features of it. And logic decisions, there are multiple rules which is present for logical, conditional, validations to check that out. And then if you want to integrate with other world or other systems, there is actually a lot of integrations tools are also present in Pega. And finally, reporting. Reporting is very rich in Pega. You actually like any like business users or directly business managers can generate reports for a very rich report that are actually complete. The list report, summary report, and any chart also can be included directly in the report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's actually more of a thing. About the certification. So Pega provides a lot of different certification in Pega. So I'm not listed other one. It is maybe I listed onto the business level and developer level onto that. So the CPBA has the it's certified Pega business architect. It was wrongly written. It that should change that before. So it was certified Pega business architect and CSA certified system architect. So there's the one. There are two certifications are mainly like focus on the fundamentals of Pega 7. And both CPBA and CSA are available in two different versions, Pega 7.1 and Pega 7.2 now. And 7.1 is going to be retired in this year end. By 31st December, 7.1 going to be retired for CPBA and CSA. And after that, it will be only 7.2. And CSSA, QIS, and CLSA are still into Pega 7 only. So there is no any further news from Pega for any retirement or anyone to that. So there is like for developer actually for any higher advanced roles to play onto the development onto that.
Quick question. When I set the exam and if I pass, I believe there's a URL that I can point someone to show them that I am certified, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What does that look like? Does it say exactly what my pass percent was, or does it just say pass fail, or and is it dated?
No, look, actually like the percentage will be not like will be shown into the user. Only thing is that it will be shown as a certified user.
Okay.
So I'll show you that out. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you go to the system, okay, just give me a minute. So actually like the pdn.pega.com actually is the official site for developers and then forums. Okay. So if you can go into that below, you can see the validation. Okay. Yeah. Here you can see that verify certification.
Right.
Okay. So if you go to the verify certification, it will ask you for the email address. So there, if I see, I'm going to put my one. Okay, and I click on to the submit. So it will give me that which all certification I have done. So you can see that, like, it will give me the complete transcript. So here actually we can see that I'm certified CSA in 6.1,
Okay.
and I'm certified in CSSA. And for LSA, if you have to do the both version, then actually only it will be visible here.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So this is the way actually it will look like. Someone will validate if in case of.
All right, cool.
So that's actually about the demo. So I'm done for that. Yeah, look, if you have any more questions.
Just a few general things. When we do the course, you will record the session so that I can go over it again at home?
Yeah, it will be recorded, and it will we'll provide you the link to download the same.
Right. Okay. And you're going to be doing it roughly this time nearly every day, right? Except weekends or whatever.
I think maybe, weekends might be actually will skip and will continue on every day.
Yeah. And I'm going to get a copy of the software. Okay.
Yes, Luke. Actually, you will get the latest version of that. I think I'll check with the Ashok actually how we can provide the link to download that one for you.
Okay. All right. I think I'm okay with everything else. It's £300 as far as I remember, and I just need to know how to pay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Is it the same process as the other course? Is that right?
Yeah. I will discuss with you after the session.
Okay. Yeah. And we start when? Tomorrow or when?
I will chat.
Next week?
I will chat you in the WhatsApp regarding that.
You what?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. If you have any subject-wise questions, you can ask Mukesh regarding the payment. But I will discuss with you in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But the course itself will start when? What day?
Mukesh, hello.
Sorry, Luke. I couldn't.
Mukesh, you are good to start from tomorrow onwards. The same timings from 9 to 10.
Yeah, the same timing we can start.
Yeah.
From tomorrow.
And also, we are looking one more person along with you. If it is the only one person,
You want to wait a few days or see if more people come?
actually in UK timings, right? We have a batch in the morning, India timings, but that's not suitable for you, I think. Is there any other person along with you? Is it possible? Someone you told me, right? So
Yeah,
someone